Hi there and welcome to my studio. My name is Gideon, also known as Gideon Slide, and I am a creatively fit coach. Come join me in my studio as we play and have fun at the canvas and in our art journals. What are you waiting for? Here we go. Right, I got my jelly plate out and I quite like some of the texture that's built up on my plate. It is exciting when I want to create beautiful background papers that looks like a wall with a lot of layers of paint that's built up on it. So I don't necessarily clean my plate all the time because I do quite like some of the special grungy moments that can result because of monoprinting style. So I have pre-cut some tissue papers and I've got my brayer here and I've got some of my metallic paints. So what I want to do now is I first want to just create some backgrounds by warming up my plate and doing some beautiful combinations of my metallic colors as soft backgrounds. And then I want to come back and create some interesting marks on my plate and see if we can enhance what we've got. So I'm going to do some two-tone backgrounds, and with two-tone I mean I'm going to use one color on top and one color at the bottom. Let's do some blue at the bottom, and then we can combine these two. So I'm going to use this piece of scrap paper here as a, oh, there it goes, as a brayer offload page. Sorry, my wax papers are quite slippery. Forgive all the noise here in my neighborhood. Everyone is coming home. So when you do backgrounds, you want to do multiple layers, or you want to have thin layers one on top of the other, and that is a nice way to build up some texture. At the same time it warms up the plate. So that's a nice transition. I like some of the texture that's coming with, and these papers are almost instantly dry, which means we can come back to them quicker and do another layer. Got my page back. Here we go. These pages sometimes become very, very beautiful to me. So I'm going to do some copper down here. I think we could do with a little bit more paint. And I'm going to do the pink on top. Starting with a lighter color and just covering the plate with a nice thin film of paint, and I sort of mix the two into each other. And I'm using ordinary tissue paper, and I'm just putting the gritty side down so that the shiny side is on top. This is ordinary gift wrapping tissue paper that I bought at a local crazy store. Oopsie daisy. The tissue paper can tear, but it's also okay because it creates excellent backgrounds. I love that. I'm going to put it down here to dry. Now there's some copper and some pink here. I like that. So let's go down and let's do a bronze on top. And let's do the magenta at the bottom. I love that. That is looking pretty. That's going to be so beautiful. Let's do a gold and a blue. I think gold and blue always looks nice together. Some gold. And some blue. Oh, that's so yummy. Beautiful gold. I'm just going to roll that from the side because gold is in the yellow family and blue and yellow together will make green. So I don't want them to mix so much. Just trying to see which side is the shiny side. I find the paint adheres better to the non-shiny side, the matte side. Oh, that is just glorious. Oh my word, isn't that pretty? Oh, that is stunning. Okay, let's do a purpley mix. It's gonna put purple on the outside and blue on the inside. I'm just experimenting. Let's see, we'll do the blue first. So you can see I'm doing film layers of paint now. It's not massively thick, it's just enough on the plate to have a nice cover, and I'm standing ready with my papers. So that the paint on the plate doesn't dry on me before I get a chance to put paper down. Just get hold of it, and I'm holding onto my plastic sheet that my plate is sitting on so that I can have an opposite pull direction. I love this texture. Let's continue to work on that. Let's do what is this? Copper and purple. That can be fun. Should we put pink at the bottom? Why not? Let's see what we get. I'm gonna do nickel first. And just roll that off. And then into the copper. Oh, that's just so delicious. And let the copper blend into the pink. Oh, that reminds me of the beach that night on Bali. Oh, the colors was just so breathtaking. I couldn't stop taking photographs. It was like too good to be true. It's literally that brochure moment, because the beach wasn't that busy that evening. There were some people on the beach, but it was just like almost contextual, you know. But the light and the atmosphere and the company and the whole experience, it was just glorious. Oh, I absolutely love this. Spectacular. I think we need to do something with the gold and the blue again. Maybe some gold here and here, and some blue. Let's put blue here, and then just above it, let's add some purple. How's that for contrast? I'm gonna start with these two, and then go into the top color. That's spectacular. Word, that is amazing, that is interesting. So we're getting the sunset vibe already. I'm gonna do a last one here with this build up. Oh, I'm noticing. I'm gonna try something. Butterscotch to the plate and see what happens. I don't know if the other paint is all ready to dry, but we'll see now. Yeah, it was already very dry there, but that's okay, because that means that will stay behind and it will create an interesting pool when we do a clean pool. Oh, delicious, delicious moments. Okay, so now that we've got this delicious build up on our plate here, I want us to continue to play, but I'm thinking now on the metallics, I wanted to, let's see if we can pull this one completely. So I'll need a bit of a stronger paper. So I've got a stronger paper here. This is just a project board, 160 GH and GSM. So I've been using this as a thicker cardstock to do some serious pulls, but the secret with that is this layer needs to be dry, and then we put a fresh layer of paint on top And I think what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to use titanium white. So you need to be ready with your paper and everything. So let's get a effective layer of paint on there. Not too thick, not too thin, but enough to activate all the paint underneath. Put our page on top and we give it a good rub. You want the fresh layer of paint that you have put on your plate now to adhere to both sides. It must adhere to the paper and it must adhere to the dried paint on the plate. And hopefully our plate is warm enough and soft enough and ready enough to yield and give us a nice, sorry for all that noise. Let's see if the plate is yielding. It looks like we have success. Wow. What a spectacular monoprint in all these beautiful sunset metallic hues. This is definitely a piece that I want to include in our diary. That is stunning. I love that. Okay, let's set that aside. So now you can see how amazing the plate can yield and can give you beautiful, interesting, rich textures, and that can create a beautiful collage element. Right. So I thought of using some of these tissue papers that I've just printed, but I wanted to play with some marks on the jelly plate. So I have not thought this through, but let me see, what brush shall I use? Let's see. I just want to create sort of wavy marks. Let's start here. Just beautiful wave patterns. Directly on the plate. And let's see what it will look like if we print this on top of some of the metallic sheets we just created. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't, I don't know. We'll see now. I'm just using a project white here. Let's see this one over here. So the titanium white just gives me a little bit of a matte finish, and it just creates some texture on these background papers, and we have a bit of a build up on our plate. So let's repeat this. I'm just going to try and work a bit faster because I don't want the thin layer of paint that I'm painting on to dry on me, and it's quite sticky to paint on the plate. Let's see what happens. Oopsie daisy, everything is a bit slippery here on the wax paper. Don't freak out if your tissue paper tears. It can happen if the areas are a bit wet and soft, but they make the best collage elements. I quite like these soft white wavy lines over the metallic. It just breaks it up a little bit and it gives us that wave action of the sea. So I think that is quite cute.